Good day, students. Welcome back. This is Dr. Mercado speaking. Welcome once again to Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. We are continuing Chapter 3, Social Security Taxes. And in this particular lecture, we are going to be covering Problem 315A. Now, Cengage does have a short video, but I decided to do a supplemental video just to explain a little bit more on how to complete a Schedule B Form 941. So basically, the IRS Form 941 Schedule B is a tax form for the reporting of tax liabilities for semi-weekly pay schedules. Okay, the employer is required to withhold federal income tax and payroll taxes from the employee's paychecks. Okay, the 941 form reports the total amount of tax withheld during that particular quarter. Let's jump over quickly to the problem. So this is the data provided. It gives you the semi-monthly paydays for the quarter, the wages, the OASDI, the HI, and the federal income tax withheld. So this is the money that was taken out of the employee's paychecks, okay, for each pay period, okay? So we are being asked to use this data to complete Schedule B Form 941. So we have the form over here, okay? So in this particular case, we are doing the form for January, February, and March. That is the first quarter. So on the top, we have to select the first quarter. Okay, January, February, and March. Make sure that you select that. You've got the name of the business. Okay, and the employer identification number that is already pre-filled for us there. Okay, and then we've got the month 1, month 2, month 3. Now this form is very easy. Basically, you're going to select the date the payday occurred. In this case, the first payday occurred January the 15th, okay? We're going to locate the number 15, which is the date the payment was made or the payroll was made. That is where we're going to be entering the data. So for January, we're going to do the 15th and the 31st. For February, the 15th and the 28th. And for March, the 15th and the 29th, okay? Now, I'm going to go fairly quickly on this because it's just a repeat. So I'm going to go slow on the month 1. And then on the others, it's going to be pretty fast. So follow along. So what are we going to do? Well, in this particular form, we are reporting all of the withholdings for federal, OASDI, and HI. Okay, and all of the information is provided. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to get the amount of our OASDI. Now remember, this is the amount that is being withheld from the employee's paycheck. But on top of the amount being withheld for the employee's paycheck, the employer has to pitch in the same amount, okay? So the OASDI and the HI amounts need to be doubled because the employee is responsible and the employer is responsible. So we need to go ahead and report the amount that we're going to submit for both amounts, employee and employer. So we're going to get 1519 twice because one's for the employee and one's for the employer. We're going to do the HI twice, one for the employee and one for the employer. And we're going to do federal income tax. Federal income tax is only one. Only the employee pays for the federal income tax. The employer does not have to match that. Only the amount that is withheld from the employee's paycheck is going to be added. So we add all of those amounts and that gives us $6,933.50. That number is going to go in box number 15. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to enter that on box number 15. Okay? So that will be $6,933.50. Okay? Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it for January the 31st. So we've got $1,487.07 and we're doing it twice. Remember, one's for the employee and one's for the employer. Then we move on to HI. We do it twice. One for the employee, one for the employer. And then if federal income tax is only done once because only the employee pays for the federal income tax. And that is $6759.70. We get that number and we pop it into box number 31. Okay. So as you can see, it's just very basic math. We're just adding some numbers. We're adding the amount of the OASDI for employee and employer, the HI, employee and employer, and the federal income tax withheld from the employee's paycheck. Once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add those two numbers we just calculated. $6,933.50 plus $6759.70. That would give me $13,693.20. That is the total liability for month number 1. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that in this box right here. $13,693.20. Okay. And we're going to repeat the same steps for months 2 and 3. Now let's look at February the 15th. Okay. February the 15th, we've got $1561.78 twice. Okay. We've got $365.26 twice, one for the employee, one for the employer, and $34.10 for federal income tax. That gives me $72.64.08. That is going to go on box 15th because that is February the 15th. Okay, so let's enter that on box number 15. Okay, so you enter it on the date the payroll occurred. $72.64.08. Okay. We're going to do the same thing now for February the 28th. Okay, on February the 28th, my OASDI was $1582.86, and we're doing that twice. My HI is $370.19 twice. And then my federal income tax is $34.97. Okay, and that's going to give me $74.03.10. That number is going to go on box 28. Okay. So you see how simple these calculations are? Okay. So that would be $74.03.10. Now we're going to add those two numbers to get our tax liability for month number 2. So we get the $72.64.08 plus the $74.03.10, and that gives me $14,667.18. That goes on box number 2. Okay. So that's $14,667.18. Okay. Now we move on to month number 3. Okay. For month number 3, we've got March the 15th. We've got $1546.90 for OASDI. We do that twice for the employee and employer. $361.78. We do that twice. And then we've got $33.85 for our federal income tax. So that gives us $72.02.36. That number goes on box number 15th. March the 15th, so we're going to do box 15. Okay. So let's look at box 15, and we're going to enter that data there. $72.02.36. Okay. Now we've got our last pay period, which happened on the 29th, March 29. So we're going to get our OASDI of $1556.20, and we're going to do that twice. $363.95 for HI twice, and my $3,400 for federal income tax. That gives me $72.40.30. That number goes on box number 29. Okay. So we're going to put that on box number 29. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add those numbers into, I'm going to add what I got on box 15 and box 29. I'm going to add that to my month number 3. Okay. So let me go ahead and add that to month number 3. So we get our calculators out, and we are going to add what we calculated. So we've got $72.02.36 plus $72.40.30. That gives me $14,442.66. That's going to go under my tax liability for month number 3. Okay. So let's go ahead and enter that. We are almost done with this problem. Okay. So let me delete this right here. I don't know where that came from. Okay, there we go. So we are almost done. What did I do? Let me see. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to enter that information in this third box. Okay, and that is $14,442.66. Okay. Now that we've got those three numbers, we simply add the tax liability for month 1, 2, and 3. So for month 1, I've got $13,693.20. $14,667.18 for month 2, and $14,442.66 for month 3. Let me see. It's 13,693.20, 14,667.18, and 14,442.66. Okay, that gives me 42,803.04. So all I did, I was added month 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's put that in box number, the last box over here, which is for our total, 42,803.04. So the 941 Schedule B form is complete. We've already calculated our tax liability for each semi-monthly pay. All we have to do is calculate the data based on the information provided and enter it into the box depending on the payday. So the box that you're going to enter the information is based on the payday of that particular company. Okay, and then we get the totals by month. We add the 3 totals, and that gives us our grand total. Okay, so that is the first part of the problem. Okay, the second part of the problem says to use the calendar below to list the due dates of each deposit in the first quarter. Okay, I'm not going to do all of it. I'm only going to show you how to do January 15th and January the 31st. From there, you all can go on and complete the rest. Okay, so you've got your calendar here. This information, remember, this is a semi-weekly depositor. Okay, we're going to use the data. This is in your book. Okay, so depending on the day the pay period falls is when the payment, the deposit is due. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Okay, our first payday, okay, let's look at this. Our first payday is January the 15th, right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to find that in the calendar. Okay, January the 15th. Okay, now January 15th falls on a Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we're going to read. What if our payday falls on a Tuesday? So it says, if a payday falls on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, the deposit is due the following Friday, which means that this particular deposit is going to be due on January the 18th. Okay? So the following Friday after that payday is the 18th. Okay? So that is when we're going to make our deposit. Okay? So that is what we're going to insert for our January 15th payday. When are we making that deposit? Based on the pay schedule, we're going to make that deposit on January the 18th. Okay? So you're going to have to use the calendar, guys. Make sure that you carefully analyze the dates provided on top and then find those on the calendar. Let's do one more. That way I can give you one more example. Okay? What happened on the 31st? Well, the 31st, let's see where it falls on the calendar. We're going to go ahead and we're going to find the 31st on the calendar. The 31st falls on a Thursday. Okay? So, and all we have to do is find the date on the calendar and then, okay, go down here to the data and say, okay, if it falls on the Thursday, what do I have to do? Well, it says if a payday falls on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, the deposit needs to be done the following Wednesday. Okay? So when will the following Wednesday be? So if we go through the calendar, the following Wednesday will be Wednesday the 6th. So that will be February the 6th. Okay? So it's just a matter of locating the information on the calendar based on the paydays, what days they fall. Okay? So if it's a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, the deposit is due the following Wednesday. If it's a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, the deposit is due the following Friday. Okay? That's simple. Those are the only 2 scenarios you've got. Okay? So once you do that, then we're going to enter that data here. If for the payday from January the 31st, we have to make the deposit February the 6th. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing for the rest of the paydays. Okay? I'm already showing you how to do it for both the January 15th and the January the 31st payday. I've given you an example. I've given you the information that you need to follow. I think you can handle doing the rest on your own. Okay, so that is basically it for how to complete Schedule B Form 941. Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. Please refer to your syllabus. For my office hours, I am available Monday through Friday. You can send me a Blackboard message or an email, and I will try to respond as soon as possible. Okay, that is it. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and until next time, bye-bye.